Hi, welcome you all. I think you have checked my video on NTM of Module 3 in my earlier video, which is as per the syllabus of VTU 18 scheme. Now, in this video, I am going to discuss on Module 4, which is on electric discharge machining as per the VTU syllabus 18 scheme. Further, again, I will be continuing. If you have any doubts, please mail me back with the contact details which are present with this video. Let me go with the EDM. Now, coming to the next topic, it is about the surface integrity. Surface integrity, surface roughness, residual stresses, these are the surface roughness and residual stresses, these are all closely related to the surface integrity. Generally, the surface which is being formed in case of EDM, it is by the overlapping of a number of craters which are formed because of the replacement of material from from the surface of workpiece. The craters are formed by the action of microsecond duration spark discharges. Mainly these craters are distributed over the surface due to the sparks generated. The size of the craters thereby decides the quality of the surface, which depends on the energy produced in the spark. These craters mainly depend on the physical and mechanical properties of the material and the composition of machining medium, as well as on the discharge energy and duration. Further, the integral part of many such thousands of discharges per second leads to the formation of corresponding workpiece profile with a specified accuracy and surface finish. The depth of the resulting craters usually represents the peak to valley height or nothing but the surface roughness RT. In general, for machining conditions, we denote the surface roughness by a term called RA, which is average surface roughness. The maximum depth of the damaged layer, which can be taken as 2.5 times the average surface roughness, that is RA. Surface roughness increases linearly with an increase in the material removal rate. If the energy is higher, obviously the deep craters are being produced, which will lead to the poor surface finish. So even in the last video I have mentioned it very clearly that when we are concentrating mainly on the increasing the material removal rate, obviously it decreases the surface roughness where surface finish. So where the surface roughness or value also goes on increasing because of the formation of the larger craters on the surface of the workpiece during machining. As the pulse energy is decreased, the surface finish going to improve, and consequently the depth of the depth at which all formed craters disappear from the machine surface. The introduction of oxygen gas into the discharge gap provides the extra power by the reaction of oxygen, which in turn increases the melting point of the workpiece and created greater expulsive forces that increases the metal removal rate and the surface roughness. Mainly like melting point and the latent heat of melting are the two important properties which determine the volume of material being removed from every discharge. The material removed per discharge will be normally in the range of 10 raised to minus 6 to 10 raised to minus 4 millimeter cube. The process is a thermal process and is not a mechanical energy dependent process for material removal. Hence, the material hardness, strength and toughness of the workpiece material will not influence the material removal rate. Also on the surface roughness. The frequency of discharge, the energy per discharge, the voltage and current is usually varied to control the MRR and surface roughness. The MRR and surface roughness increases with the increase in this current density and decrease in the frequency of spark, as I mentioned here. The choice of correct dielectric flow in the gap has a significant effect in reducing the surface roughness by 50%, increasing the measuring rate and lowering the thermal effects in the workpiece surface. Further, like with varying the working parameters resulting with different energy density, material removal rate in EDM vary over a large range from 2 to 400 millimeter cube per minute. Similarly, higher MRR produces a rough cut surface or a rough surface finish with a molten recast structure with a poor surface texture and low fatigue properties. To get a better surface finish, finishing cut with low MRR or a separate finishing operation is essential to remove the recast layer. Further, as mentioned in my earlier video, oscillating electrode techniques gives a better surface finish compared to the other methods. Adaptive control of offline with arcless circuits in which gap deionization is measured here, like further. Let me move to the next topic is about the accuracy. Tolerances is another important process characteristics which is widely used studied along with the surface integrity and the MRR. Tolerance in the range of plus or minus of 0.05 mm could be easily achieved with a close tolerance control, and plus or minus of 0003 is also possible. The taper value which is formed generally during the pressure flushing is around 0.05 to zero point zero 0.05 mm per 10 mm depth, and overcut up to 5 to 100 microns is produced due to flushing or roughing operations. Corner radius is inevitable in EDM, which is equal to the spark gap. As I may if I'm considering surface finish, it depends on dimensions of the spark. They are energetic. Surface finish will be rough, but on other hand, speed of machining will be high, which I am summarizing here of the other last slides. If the sparks are of low energy, surface finish will be fine, but machining speed will be very low. The finest surface finish is in the order of 0.04 microns. These are about the process characteristics. The another important process characteristic which is main in case of the EDM or thermal process are the heat affected zone. With the temperature of discharges reaching to 8,000 to 12,000 degrees Celsius, a metallurgical changes occurs in the surface layer of the workpiece, because that much temperature is being achieved within a fraction of seconds or within a microseconds, and suddenly the workpiece surface is being quenched. A thin recast layer of 1 microns at 5 micron joules powers to 25 microns at high power is being formed. Some annealing of the workpiece can be expected in a zone just below the machine surface. That's why the residual stresses and the subsurface characteristics are also widely studied in case of EDM machine surfaces. In addition, not all the workpiece material melted by the discharge is expelled into the directory. The remaining melted material is quickly chilled primarily by heat conduction into the bulk of the workpiece, resulting in an exceedingly hard surface. Choosing electrodes that produces more stable machining can reduce the annealing effect. A finishing cut removes the annealed material left by the previous high-speed roughing operations. The significantly altered surface layer, which is produced during EDM, lowers the fatigue strength of the alloys. That's why altered layer consists of recast layer without micro cracks, some of which may extend to the base metal, which here we can observe the up to some base metal plus metallurgical alterations such as rehardening rehardened and tempered layers, heat affected zones, and intergranular precipitations can be observed. That's why the recast layer, one is causes the annealing action because it protects the top surface layer from complete rapid cooling action. So because of which the hardened layer becomes softer because of the annealing action. whereas up to a certain depth, after which the material will get retain its original metallurgical properties, and again immediately just below to the recast layer, small layer which is a hardened layer which will be existing, which experiences the actual rapid cooling action, that because of which even the softer materials will get suddenly cooled or quenching action, and the hardness is going to increase only to a certain depth, which is also not desired at all. So that's why the rapid cooling or the slow cooling is both are to a certain depth or not actually decide which is going to happening. So because of which the elimination of recast layer immediately during the process is a highly desired aspect which need to be considered for EDM process. Next is about the machine tool selection. Variety of EDM machines are available. Some of the factors which has to be considered for selection is number of parts to be machined, accuracy required, size of the workpiece, depth of the cavity and orientation of the cavity. They should be versatile, rigid and accurate. These are some of the factors which need to be considered for the selection of a EDM machine tool, because some machines in some cases we go with the single operation, whereas in some cases we go for multiple operations simultaneously. Accuracy is also required. Based on that, the machine tool selection has to be considered, and size of the workpiece. Based on that, the size of the machine is also dependent. Depth of the cavity, based on that, the accuracy and other parameters are also dependent. Next, let us move to the applications. Here I am going to present it only based on the applications of EDM. With the WDM, let me go with the later stages. A wide variety of tools, fixtures, components and dies are manufactured by EDM process. And the EDM process is applicable for a wide range of materials, which include hard die to steels to soft copper and heavy components like forging dies to delicate workpieces such as copper parts for fitting into vacuum tubes. The process is useful when repetitive shapes are required produced from a shaped electrode tool, and when machining accuracy is important in workpieces which are already heat treated. EDM is finding a lot of applications in machining difficult to machine materials, especially in the space industries. Hard carbides, refractory metals and heat treated steels. It is also useful to cut workpieces that is too fragile to withstand the cutting forces in conventional machining conditions, like the shape memory alloys. Some of the items which are EDM for production applications we can in working conditions, like drilling. Let me go with the EDM drilling. EDM drilling is an operation which is used to manufacture tubular tool electrode, where the dielectric is flushed down the interior hole of the tube in order to remove machining debris. When solid rods are used, the dielectric is fed to the machine zone by either suction or injection through pre-drilled holes. Irregular, tapered, curved as well as inclined holes can be produced by EDM easily, relatively. Further, sawing, electric discharge sawing is an EDM variation that employs either a special steel band or disc, so that the process cuts any electrically conductive material at a high rate, that of the conventional abrasive sawing method. The cut produced has a smaller curves besides being free from burrs. Cutting of billets and bars is a typical application. Machining of spears. is also has been made possible, like a simple tubular electrodes in EDM machining of convex and concave spheres to a dimensional accuracy of plus or minus 1 microns and a surface roughness of less than 1 micron. Rotary EDM is widely used for machining of spherical shapes in conducting ceramics using the tool and the workpiece arrangement. Even the dies, fixtures, gauges, cutting tools, brush tool, extrusion dies are also being manufactured. Like EDM milling uses standard cylindrical electrodes, complex cavities are machined by successive numerical control sweeps of the electrode down to the desired depth. The simple shaped electrode is rotated at high speeds and follows specified paths in the workpiece like conventional mills. This technique is very useful and makes the EDM very versatile like a mechanical milling process. The process solves the problem of manufacturing accurate and complex shaped electrodes for die sinking of three-dimensional cavities. WEDM is a special form of EDM which uses a continuously moving conductive wire electrode. Material removal occurs as a result of spark erosion as the wire electrode is fed from a fresh wire spool through the workpiece. In most cases, the horizontal movement of the work table controlled by CNC determines the path of the cut. A remarkable application includes the machining of super hard materials like polycrystalline diamond and cubic boron nitride, which are considered as a hard materials, are difficult to cut materials. They can be machined and other matrix composites. EDM of insulating ceramics. Like insulating ceramics or EDM machined, a sheet metal mesh is placed over the material, ceramic material, so that the surface is made conductive, and then the spark discharges across the negative tool electrode and the metal mesh. These sparks are transmitted through the latter to its surface interface with the ceramic surface, which is then eroded. Texturing is applied to the steel sheets during the final stages of cold rolling. Shot blasting is an inexpensive conventional texturing method in which the hard steel shot is fired at the high velocities. Roughening the surface on impact. Limitations of the shot blasting includes its lack of control and consistency of texturing, which can be achieved easily with the help of EDM. That is, texture control can be easily controlled with the help of EDM process. And need for production of other parts of the equipment holding the roll is minimized. EDM are widely used nowadays for micro machining applications. They can produce holes normally in the range of 0.1 to 1 mm at a depth to diameter ratio, or we can call it as aspect ratio of 10:1, and at a low machining speed of 1 millimeter per minute. Further, there is a high increasing demand for there is an increasing demand and a high demand nowadays for a great precision and faster machining, which demands for the micro EDM. Like example, the die molds for plastics, die casting dies, molding inserts, remachining the repairing of worn dies for a hot and cold forging, making forging dies like connecting rod, forging dies, etc., sintering dies, calibration tools, and shaping carbide tools templates. These are all some of the other applications which we generally find for a EDM process. This is the figure which illustrates the electric discharge drilling operation. This is here we can see continuous drilling with the conventional tool, whereas here we can compare it with the EDM process, which uses the EDM process of drilling operation. Here again it is being compared for conventional, for that is for the die sinking operation. The parts which we can observe in these figures, which I have borrowed it from different internet resources to illustrate the machining surfaces. In the figure we can see the small components here which being manufactured, that is a micro machining application of EDM. Very small details are being manufactured with a greater accuracy. In making it generally a die cavity by conventional method, many operations like milling, grinding, drilling, and finishing operations are to be performed at different stages. Whereas in case of EDM process, the same die cavity can be finished by a fewer stages like making the electrode tool and EDM machining by faster cycle time, so that the machining requirements is being reduced and the process is economical even for one piece. Further, economical analysis reveals that in majority of the cases, the cost of production of dies by EDM machining will be around 50% less compared to the manufacturing by conventional methods. That's why even to compare it to the small parts to the manufacturing of dies, the EDM is widely adapted. Further, it has got some important advantages like the cavity with the thin walls and fine features can be produced easily. Difficult geometry is possible. At the same time, the use of EDM is not affected by the hardness of the work material, and also the process is burr free. Further, the important advantage is like here the possibility of taper cut and overcut in EDM, they can be controlled and compensated. In EDM, the spark occurs between two nearest point of the tool and the workpiece. So machining may occur on the side of the surface as well as leading to overcut and taper cut. Taper cut can be prevented by suitable insulation over the tool, and overcut can be prevented since it is inherent to the EDM process. But tool design can be done in such a way so that the same gets compensated. Taper and overcut, sorry, increase of peak current, pulse on time, voltage increases the surface roughness, overcut and taperness, so which results in better which will result, can be correlated with accuracy, and also increases the heat affected zone. So these are some of the advantages, and one more is like regarding the recast layer. I forgot to mention. Let me finish this video with this small uh, words about the few words about the recast layer or white layer. Even we call this as a white layer. This is the material that has got melted and rapidly solidified or rapidly quenched by the dielectric fluid and is not flushed away from the dielectric fluid. Subsequently, it produces an extremely brittle surface, and this layer itself is known as white layer, which has got very poor machinability. The recast layer is very hard in nature and very highly brittle, extremely brittle, and surface is porous and which may contain some micro cracks, which is not a good characteristic of machined surface. That's why it is always desired that the surface is need to be completely free from the recast layer or a white layer. I think regarding the EDM, I have finished. In my next video, I will try to start with the WEDM, which is a further modification of the EDM process to achieve some desired machining applications based on its demand, and that is regarding the in my next video. I'll discuss it in detail in the next video. So thank you. Thanks. Hi. You have watched this video. Yeah, I hope you understand regarding this EDM to the topic which I had discussed in this video. Thanks for watching and a patient listening to this video. I thank to all my colleagues management and principal for encouraging me to make this video. I also declare here as a disclaimer that I have used many resources, textbooks, and other reference materials and internet sources for preparing this video as a teaching material. And I acknowledge all such sources um, through this platform, and I also Vishnu thank all such sources which has helped me to prepare this teaching material. So thank you all regarding this. Thank you. Watch my next video.